Good morning. Welcome to your business peer review. Oh, wait. This is what happens when I go out laser tagging at night. Va va voom. I wanted to share something funny that happened last night that has to do with writing. In the show Seinfeld, one of my favorite bits happened last night to me. So there's this bit where Jerry wakes up in the middle of the night and he thinks of the greatest bit while in his dream. So he writes it down, and then the camera just zooms in when he's half asleep, and he goes and he writes it down, and he's very satisfied with himself because he's like, it's gonna be so amazing when I look at this in the morning. Falls back asleep, cut to the next day, and he's just sitting there and he's trying to like decipher what he wrote, and he can't because it's just a scribble. And he's so mad, and he spends and that's the plot point of the plotless show of that episode, where he's trying to figure it out because he gets so mad because he knows that it's gonna be a great hit, and it must have been amazing if he woke up from sleep and he kind of vaguely remembers, but he can't. Well, I did the exact same thing last night. I have journals all over my house, and I always have one open next to my bed in case right before I fall asleep I find something. So last night after I came home, I did some more writing. You know it's a good story when you constantly think about it, right? So I went to bed thinking of my characters, thinking of Nick and Ray, and I woke up in the middle of the night and I did the exact same thing. I wrote down unlegible gook right here, and this is what I wrote. Ray commends Nick dash dine din drive divide diva I don't know to mountain other drive to mountain over other and then I thought it was so funny what I thought of that I actually wrote ha ha ha. She says wins bet end. That's it. That's my amazing lightning strike idea that happened to me in my sleep, and I have no idea what it says. So whatever it was really funny for me to write ha ha on it. I'm the funniest person I know. Okay, let's get started with some writing. Cannot wake up. Okay, maybe some coffee later will help. Coffee will help now. I'm gonna get some. Gonna pull up Google Docs. Write in Google Docs. Google Docs automatically saves everything. You don't know how many times I'm in this writers group, and there are constant posts that say, what do you do when you lose all of your work? What happens when your hard drive crashes and you didn't save your manuscript of 1,000 pages? And I'm just like, dude, autosave. I don't know how other programs work, but it's 2019. Everything should be autosave, like immediately, unless you're some like hermit that actually writes on one of these things, and then you just have to make sure your 1,000-page manuscript doesn't get pushed into a lawnmower by the slightest breeze. So there you go. All right, coffee time, then writing time. Be right back. So as I pulled out that journal I told you that I kept by my nightstand, I decided to like pull out the rest of all the journals I have, just to kind of show you how I kind of function as a person, I guess. I have to write down stuff whenever it comes to mind. It doesn't matter what it is, I just have to write it down. All of these notebooks, they're filled. The like best part of all this is that it's like everything's filled. Everything has random ideas, sets of dialogue. These like little strips of paper. I used to be a waitress, so whenever it got like really slow, I would print out like the little. Yeah, those are like the receipts that you write like people's orders on. And when they got like really slow and stuff, it's like if I had some sort of insane idea, I'd have to like write it like detail for detail as I was standing there, or just like little snippets or something. I mean, at one point I even like storyboarded out something I had in my head. I was like, oh, well, she's drinking tea here, and maybe I can describe how the waitress comes over or something. Here's one story, here's another story. None of this is connected. They're just all kind of like their own. I have like bullet points, other drawings. I have like random titles for things, but nothing,
you know, nothing's perfect. Everything's just like all over the place. It's like even a diagram. I was thinking of some sort of like monster story. I'm like, oh, if this is a 5'5" guy, this is what the 6.5 thing. I don't know. You know, it doesn't. Everything's like crossed out and nothing's perfect. And look, it's like I go from like, I don't know. My handwriting is very boring. I'm definitely no Victoria Schwab who has like Elvin-like writing. I can go from like, oh, pretty neat, to kind of like serial killer at the end, where I write so fast everything just kind of starts to blur. I try and get my hands on journals like whenever I can. Like this one I stole from the 10th anniversary of some data project at work. It's like nobody wanted it, so I was like, I'll take it. It doesn't matter. It's a really good journal. I can't wait to break it in. Some like journals even remind me like past studios I worked for. So like there I worked at Legendary. Actually that one's from BlizzCon. Yeah, it doesn't even have to be like a fancy journal. It could just be like just pieces of paper. Fine paper. And this, and all of this right here, this is just like physical writing. I have so many documents on my computer. That's the crazy part. So you can only imagine how many untitled files I have, or story plot A, story plot B. I don't know. I just think it's kind of neat, especially when I go back and I'll look at all this stuff and be like, oh yeah, that was how I got my idea for whatever. You know? Cool things like that. Plus, you get to have like a kick-ass collection of journals at the end.
So good. Okay, so I do need the coffee though. I cannot wake up. It's okay, I'm gonna make up for it. So let's get to some writing then, shall we? And not that I'm gonna write sideways for the next couple of hours, but let's be cinematic about it. Alright. Squeaky keyboard. I've obviously written a little bit since the last time we spoke, and I've developed a little bit more my plot, which was going along. So as mentioned last time I said that Ray and Nick have now met. Ray has met Nick in one of his book signings. I love that so much because it's so inconspicuous, right? And then it's gonna play it off as this really cool, suave fan, and then Nick's gonna eat it all up. I gave Nick a sister, and I want her to intervene right now, be the negative Nancy, and be like, I don't know if you should be so trustworthy of this guy. Ray just invited Nick to get coffee with him to talk about his book. And because this is the 1920s right now, so he just thinks he's a really cool fan, and the fact that he knows him by name. Nick stars Ray Sunshine. So dumb. I love it. Ray is like the millionaire of like a legit coffee company is how I made him. So it's not, there's no red flags as to why he's a millionaire. It's like, oh yeah, you're the heir. And it's, again, 1920s, it's all about old money. So Ray invited him out for a cup of coffee, you know, totally cute and harmless. And now his sister's gonna be like, I don't know, this is weird. Gotta love sibling dialogue. The drama. Okay. The camera does not allow you to see my screen, but I swear I'm not writing into a white void. Can we do this? Ah, see? Words. They are there, I promise. God, my camera just keeps switching back and forth from the lighting. I don't know. Alright, default. We'll just go with that. But there is stuff there, as you saw. Woo! It's like I'm going into the poltergeist. Ah! Alright, so. So currently his sister's like, blah. And Nick's like, I know this is gonna go, right? Nick's obviously going to get kidnapped eventually. But now I'm just trying to go between the bridge of, not cliche, of how Ray goes about it. What would I do if I was in this situation? But I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of A, if I was a man, so if anybody did approach me, be like, that's fine. And 2, just like a mega super fan that has a reputation of being nice and just rich, so he's legit. Ray needs to be not threatening. That's the core of his character. I need him to be trustworthy enough to the point, even after, I need him to kind of be like, listen, I may have kidnapped you, but we can still be friends, right? And I kind of need Nick to be like, I'm really hesitant, but all right. I just need to make it believable. That's the whole thing about writing. You're gonna have phantasmic things happening in the world, fantasy, science fiction, doesn't matter. Murder mysteries, thrillers, you can have whatever you want. That's the beauty of writing. You just need to have something that's grounded and believable. So if I can get that to be where Ray is dangerous, but can still be like approachable, like a bad boy, but not like an insane dude, there's the fine line. Ted Bundy, the beast. I need to stay away from this area as much as possible and go towards this, but not end up with a happy Prince Charming ending where he's like, oh, guess what, I'm actually a super good guy, because Ray is actually kind of nuts. Not this nuts, more like Moriarty nuts, you know. Okay, what is God's light back there? Okay, there we go. My big giant head can block out the sun. Okay, so I wrote for like another half hour. Again, no such thing as writer's block. It's just I have so much to write. I have so many ideas. Just a matter of me doing it. But to right now, I'm already halfway through this, and I feel like I'm gonna need to take a nap. Okay, so let's see. I thought I'd switch up the scenery a little bit in my 1-bedroom studio apartment. This is my garden, my plants that I raise with love and water, and my shrubberies, so maybe it'll be a good segment to end here because I can talk at them so they will grow better. I just finished that giant coffee from Pete's and now I'm having some tea. I love it. No, nobody has names except this giant palm one. That's Guy. My mom always says I needed a guy in the house. This could be like a, I always wanted to do like a Sailor Moon Says. Yeah, this can be like a motivational ending. You can do it. Or something. You can do it. Anybody can do it. Just publish. Just get, I say that so easily, just get published. More so, just write your book. Write the thing. Just write it. That's what I'm doing. I know where it's going, I'm just writing it because I like it. Well, this is Very Bad Books signing off for now. And all of my plants and I give you all positive publishing energy. Right, Guy?